Hi, I'm Kelly.
I'm Rich.
And we are Wanderlust Adventures. We just wanted to start by saying thank you so much for all our lovely comments we've had on the last couple of videos, especially because everything hasn't really been going to plan for us and we've been really demoralised. But all your lovely comments have kept us going and made us ready to crack on with this project.
Yeah, thanks so much guys. Hope you enjoy. Hope to hear from you down below.
In our last episode, you'd have seen that we finished painting our roof with U-Pole Raptor, which, just to refresh your memory, involved rubbing the roof back, treating all of the rust that was on the roof, and then rolling on 2 coats of tintable U-Pole Raptor until we got our desired finish, which we were really pleased with. Now in this week's episode, we're going to be continuing our roof renovation with some new goodies.
We have 2 cable glands on the roof. The biggest one is at the back, and that is going to be for our solar panel wiring, because all our batteries and everything are going to be at the back of our bus, we think, in the garage part. And at the front we have one smaller one, and that is going to be for our light bar and our LED lights on the roof rack. Now, magic of editing, this is how we did it.
This needs to be sealed around its perimeter. Before I do, I'm going to clean it with some panel wipe and just wipe it over some very fine emery paper. When these are made, they're made by injection moulding, and when they do injection moulding, they use a release agent on these parts to make sure it doesn't stick to the mould, and that can actually stop your sort of sticker flex sticking to it, which is why it's important to give it a clean before you put it in. You can also see that it is just dirty anyway. Before I put my cables through the hole, I've just put a rubber grommet through, so this is the type that sort of goes through and then sits both sides of the roof. And a little tip, so if you pop a little screwdriver in here and just gently manipulate it around, you'll make sure that it's well seated. It saves your fingers as well, and then you can see that's given you the correct internal diameter now to be able to get that cable through. So we're only putting a cable through here, so that'll be plenty, but it'll just stop it getting snagged. And then, yeah, the gland's going to go over the top of there, so this will provide a little bit of extra waterproofing as well should the gland fail, which it shouldn't. But the gland's actually going to go around this anyway. Okay, so what I've done is I've just drawn around where this is going to go, and pretty confident that I could get the cable in there once this went on. But what I'm going to decide to do is Cal's going to feed the cable up through the roof, and then we're going to just have enough pulled through so we can, you know, run it back and forth to the light bar. Alternative is to just not do that and then pull it through and then hook it through.
The final step was to sticker flex it to the roof, which is fairly straightforward, but I forgot to record it. So this is how it looked after that had been done.
When it came to our reversing camera, we had a lot of debate, didn't we?
Yeah.
We really weren't sure if we were going to get like the head,
like a double din, Apple CarPlay, £400 dealie.
Or we were like, oh, it's just so much money. So we decided to go with something a little bit simpler, but something that was still rated well.
Yeah, and yeah, in the future, I'll probably just get a double din.
I bought these little well nuts to mount the camera with. So these are like little rubber rib nuts that they use on kayaks and things like that. But basically, you've got the threaded insert on the inside, and then rubber, and then, so you push it through the hole, and as you tighten it up, it brings that threaded insert back to grip on the back and squidges out the rubber to create a watertight seal is the idea. So I'm going to give that a go. They're a bit like riv nuts, but you know, made of rubber. So we'll put them in, see if it creates a watertight seal. I'll let you know. It worked out really well. So I've just popped them there. You can see just about make out they sort of smush out on the front and the back. They also create a nice little barrier between the bus and the camera. I've just put the wire through now in the grommet as well. It still moves at the moment, but once we have it in the correct position, we'll be able to lock that in with these lock nuts that are here, depending on where we want it to go, but obviously we won't know that until we hook it up to the monitor. Yeah. Yeah, we can't adjust it yet because we don't know what it is we need to see. We'll have to probably move the bus forward a bit. Now install the little LED spotlight, fly on there. So I want one of these Wow LED or Wow LED branded ones. I actually got 2 for like 15 quid off Amazon warehouse because there was a slight chip in it. You can barely see. So I've got a spare one of these for something else, or I might pass it on to somebody else. So yeah, that's installed now. I didn't have a grommet for this that was tight enough, so what I did is I used a blind grommet and then I poked a hole through it with a soldering iron, so a very small hole, and then pushed it through just to create that super tight teal seal that you see there. What I'm going to do now is run some Sikaflex on the inside around the bolts around these, just to be doubly sure. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the progress today. So we've got this on, these marker lights that didn't work, they now work. We've got the grommet in for the solar, got the grommet in for the spotlights at the front. It's all coming up Millhouse. A couple more things to do in the morning, and then the roof resto part 1 is finished. Top half looks grand. Don't worry, bottom half, I will clean you and fix your rust soon. Little finishing touch, just added the DAB aerial. The Mercedes factory hole is a hole, and it has like a recess, so this fit all right, but there was a gap at the front, so I've added some sealant just to make sure it doesn't leak. And it also comes with a whole load of extra cable that I'm going to shorten, but yeah, sealed that up now, added it on, so we will hopefully be able to enjoy DAB radio should we choose in this modern age.
When we first started thinking about our roof rack, we thought, oh, we'll just pay someone to make one for us because that would just be the easiest thing. But then it came out as £1,500 and we just don't have £1,500. So we got our thinking caps on and we were thinking, well, what kind of things do we want it to have so we could possibly make it ourselves? The first thing was that we knew it needed to be quite light because we've only got a maximum payload of 150 kilograms, yes, on the roof, because it's a high roof, and we also want to be able to hold our solar panels, which will add extra weight to it. The next thing was, if we're making it ourselves, we don't know how to weld, so it had to be something that could be weld free but still be strong.
One final thing was actually we didn't want to drill the roof any further than we had to, so we set about finding a good stable base for our roof rack. We've gone for these Ulti Bar bars, which are aluminium. They weigh 5.5 kilos each with the fittings, and we think we're going to use 5 of them, although I've bought 6 because it was cheaper to buy 6, which means just over 30 kilos in just the bars themselves, and then we're going to have about 5 kilos of aluminium angle plus the solar panels, so we'll add all that up at the end. I'm going to put them together now. These are just 2 of them. I've got another 4 out the back to bring out. Fittings are in here. All I need to put them together to begin with are my fingers, or a 10mm socket or spanner. I'm actually going to use a torque wrench because they say to use 8mm of torque when you do these things up, and I'm nervous. Demonstrate how light they are, Cal.
Hang on, let me put the phone down. Very light.
So for each one of these bars, you'll need 2 of these top plates, 2 of these mounts, 2 of these. So you'll need a 491 and a 492 to go on the left and right side of the vehicle. Just screws together with fixtures that come in the box. And with that, we set about putting them together. So Cal put the bits and bobs together whilst I got up on the roof and started laying the bars out.
Why? Lonely and his girlfriend sitting in a tree. Kissing.
Why?
Oh, they're kissing.
No, the husband and wife, remember?
Yeah.
Let's take a kiss. Oh, cute.
We're going to put these at 1 metre centres because our solar panels are 1 metre wide. They're big.
Makes sense.
So I'm just going to move it a little bit further. It's only about 70 at the moment. Then we're going to have a third one about here and then 2 at the front. And then in his room we'll have 1 at the back with some other storage goodness. So we're just roughly placing them at the moment. But you can see here, this one's not tightened up yet, but they just tighten up and attach to the gutters, so there's no drilling to the roof.
Hang on, I'll zoom in.
Or no further drilling.
Dun, 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 dun.
We've got holes for the cables and all of that.
Hi, Joe.
There won't be any more need to drill through, hopefully.
Couple of left to do because we're not sure if we're going to use the last bar or not. Are you right? Got all my bits out. Bolts. Let's go. First of all, you need to put one of those brackets into here, so you need to so you need to line up the squares and then the other side circles and then push it in. They're quite stiff and I'm doing it one-handed, which isn't the best thing, just so I can show you. It's now lined up and now I need to put in the long bolt. So these ones. The only thing is, I feel like I've been in Goldfinger, that James Bond film, but I'm like where the woman gets spray painted gold, but I've been spray painted to silver on my finger. I'm silver finger on the bolts. See it? So this is the plate that goes over the lip of the edge of the bread. Yeah, that's good. So this just literally clicks like this. So this is the bottom edge that will go out. Let's bolt it in a minute.
Smile.
Lily is the official Warner Bros Adventures photographer.
Yeah, I am. Guys, we'd like to see the pictures what I've been taking. This one, 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 this one.
Oh, some really good ones. What's that?
No, that's just memory.
Oh, just a memory.
That's just memory.
The question is, will this one fit on the back or will it not? So I want to know if I need to make up another bracket.
Got 3 of the bars fitted for the solar panels, so the 2 that are going together. 1 at the front, sort of dry fitted. I'm going to put another one here for the front solar panel. We're also going to use this front one for a light bar and maybe a wind deflector because the gap at the front is quite large. So we're going to have like a wind tunnel going on under here. Whether we need to deflect it or not, I don't know. Let me know down below because that would be helpful. I can see it both ways. Maybe it's best to just let the air flow underneath and out. Or should we create maybe something to help it go over the top? They're dry fitted up at the moment. I'm going to go and tighten them up in a minute. So the eagle-eyed among you will notice that they're not evenly spaced between the front and the back bars. Deliberate. So here they are a metre apart because we have 2 solar panels 2 meters wide in combination, metre wide each. Same at the front, metre wide. In the middle here we've actually got a 1.5 metre space that we're going to leave in there and then put some cross members in there so we can sort of carry anything small or light in those 2 gaps either side of the max air fan. We might put, you can get these like rubber feet that sit on top of the roof that require no drilling to support underneath if we put like a mesh basket in there. We're not going to ever be carrying anything super heavy on there, but things like our recovery boards and things like that can go up there and we can make use of that space a bit better. And then at the back we're thinking of using, we've got an extra bar, so we're thinking of putting that over, see this little side marker, sort of around that, because again, it's not going to be hugely weight bearing, but then we'll have a little bit of space at the back just to put anything small really, or if we were ever hanging out of the hecky, we've got, you know, a little bit of stuff around us. Also, it makes it look a bit more symmetrical, but we're not decided on that yet. Watch this space. Alrighty, so 5 bars spaced. Yes, pigeon. 5 bars spaced. And ready for mounting of the aluminium angle that I've got. All of the solar panels will sit on the bars themselves, and then so the aluminium angle will run the length of the van, so from here all the way up to the front, and that's going to be attached using this T-track. So that's bolted down, and then what I'm going to do is run the solar panels in between the angle, riv nut through into it, into the side in several places, so 2 on each on the side, 2 on each on the lengths either end, and then we'll know then that it's nice and secure and they're not going to go anywhere. I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the front. Because I'm leaving this cable overnight, these are waterproof, but I've just tied a bag over this. These are now watertight, ready to go. So that is the basis of our new lightweight, strong roof rack. So we started with the bars. Next episode, we're going to be building a frame for the solar panels and a few other goodies that are going to be on the roof. I'm going to be making sure I don't weld those as well. So do tune back in if that is of interest. And thanks for watching today.
Please do like and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. It means the world to us.
Yeah, honestly, your support is amazing. All your ideas
Keeps us going as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week and see you soon.
1, 2, 3.
Bye.